Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Venerable bhikkhus and bhikkhunis and ladies and gentlemen, so now we start the third day of our teaching. I'd like to begin with the reading of Pali. So these are Pali alphabets. So we have 33 consonants in Pali. So we give the pronunciation in English. So we read ka, ka. So KH become ka, ga, ka, ga. The light sound and the heavy sound. Ka, ga, ka, ka. And this is end dot is nga, nga. So we can read the first line. Ka, ka, ga, ka, nga. Now the next line, C is pronounced cha, cha, no cha, cha, ja, no cha, ja, cha. So cha, cha, nya. So end dot is nga, and ba is nya. So we read cha, cha, ja, cha, nya. So we continued. So this is T dot. No, T dot is, we call it ta, ta. This is ta, da, ta, na. So this is na. No, the dot is below. So ta, ta, da, ta, na. And we pronounce the same thing for this. They say these are the capital letters with the dot here. And these are the small letters. They pronounce the same, the accent is the same. Ta, ta, da, ta, na. Okay? Ta, ta, da, ta, na. Okay. So we continued. So P is pronounced pa, pa, ba, pa, ma. We read together. Pa, pa, ba, pa, ma. Ya, ra. So no, Y is ya, R is ra, L is la. B is wa, and S is sa. We read one more. Ya, ra, la, wa, sa, ha, la, a. So these are pronounced the same, la, la. We say this is the capital letter and this is a small letter. So this ha, la, a. Okay, we read one more. I think you will get it. Ka, ka, ga, ka, nga. Cha, cha, ja, cha, nya. Ta, ta, da, ta, na. Ta, ta, da, ta, na. Pa, pa, ba, pa, ma. Ya, ra, la, wa, sa, ha, la, a. Okay. Now we go to the next group. Okay. So we call this consonant clusters. Actually, it's combination of two consonants. Combination of two consonants. So we say K is Ka, Y is Ya. So when we combine, no? So Kaya, you may say like that, but we pronounce it Cha. No, Cha. So KH is Ka, Y is Ya, Kaya, and we call it Cha. And instead of K, you get G, so it becomes Ja. No, Cha, Cha, Ja. PY is Pya, PHY is Pya, BY Bya, Pya, Pya, Bya. MY, Maya is called Mya, Taya, Daya. No, D is Da and Y is Ya, Daya. So, Mya, Taya, Daya. Now when you come to KR, so it's Kra, no? Kara, Kara, so Kra. And Kara is Kra, Kra. And GR is Gra, Kra, Kra, Gra. And we have to pronounce is Tara, Pra. No? Para, it becomes Pra. And this is Dra. No? Tara, Pra, Dra. And KV is Kwa. KHV is Kwa. Twa. Dwa. No? So D together combined with Wa. No? With Wa, Dwa. So Kwa, Kwa, Twa, Dwa. Kwa, Kwa, Twa, Dwa. No, N is Na. We say N dot here is Na. And when you combine with H, it becomes Na, Ha, Na, Ha. So pronounce Na, Na, Na. And now this is also Na, NH, no? Na. And this is, they have the same thing, NH, so they pronounce the same thing. So this N should be the dot below with the capital N. No, the capital N and H also pronounced Na. And this should be, this one should be the bar here. The bar here we call Nya. So if you put this, it becomes Nya. Nya. No, this is Na, Nya, Na. And M with the H is called Ma. Y with the H is called Sha. VH is Hua. And JH is Ja. So we go on again. Na, Nya, Na, Nya. So MH is Ma. No, YH is Sha. Hua, Hla, Hla. Now L dot La, and with the Ha becomes Hla. So we read once more. Chia, Cha, Ja, Pya, Pya, Bya, Mya, Taya, Daya, Kra, Kra, Gra, Tra, Pra, and Pra is called, no, Pra, Dra, Kwa, Kwa, Twa, Dwa, Na, Hla, and then Na also, Ma, Sha, Hua, Hla. Once more. Cha, Cha, Ja, Pya, Pya, Bya, Mya, Taya, Daya, Kra, Kra, Gra, Tra, Pra, Dra, Kwa, Kwa, Twa, Dwa, Na, Hla, Na, Ma, Sha, Hua, Ja. Hla, no? LH, hla. Now these are 8 vowels. So in English we have only 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U in English. No? A, E, E, I, O, U. But here we have 8. Now the pronouns is, this is A. A. So if you put the ba above, it becomes A. And this E. And if you put the ba, it becomes E. E. U is U. And U ba is U. E is pronounced A. And O is pronounced O. No? A, O. So we read A, E, U, A, O. Now we combine with K. Now K, A becomes Ka. K, A ba Ka. K, I, Ki. K, I ba Ki. K, U, Ku. K, U ba Ku. K, I, Ke. K, O, Ko. Ka, Ki, Ku, Ke, Ko. So if you combine with Pya, for example, it becomes Pya, Pi, Pyu, Pyo. So now you are reading Pali. Now we combine this vowel with the with the consonant. So the next line. So these we call D vowelizer. So A is A, K is Ka, we know, now become at. At. A-K, ek. A-T, at. A-T, at. Not just like H-A-T, hat. No, so not head, it's called at. A-N, an. A-M, am. So you have to close your lips. No? Am. No? Am. And then A-M dot is also am. I-N is in. I-T, it. U-T, ut. U-N, un. So we read ek, at, an, am, in, it, ut, un. So you should know IT is it. When you put D, ID, it means eat. No? IT is it, ID become eat. So a little heavy sound. No? Only that. Now we can read here CIT. IT is it. You combine with C. C cha. We remember. So CIT you pronounce chit. No, chitta. Chitta is consciousness. No? Chitta is consciousness. What we learned yesterday. And now Yuba. Yuba is U. Yuba will be Ru. No? Rupa. Rupa. Rupa is materiality. No? Materiality. Consciousness and materiality. And L-O, law. No? O is all, remember. So B-H-A, pa. Lopa. Lopa is greed, craving. Yesterday we have seen lopa. And dosa. Anger, hatred, dosa. And then moha. Moha is ignorance, delusion. No? These are evil roots. No? Immoral roots we call yesterday. And now we have B-U-D. UD is ud. So you lower a little bit. Please lower a little bit. Sister, a little bit. Lower. Put it down. Put it down. Yes. UT, ud. So UD will be ud. So BUD, bud. DHA is ta. Buddha. So that is our Buddha. No? Lord Buddha is we call like this. Now DH, ta, AM, so that the dot should be over M. No? D-H-A-M dot. Dham. Dhamma. Dhamma. The Dhamma is the teaching of the Buddha. No? The teaching of the Buddha. Buddha, Dhamma, Sam. No? S-A-M dot. Sam. The same thing here. D-H-A-M Tham. No? Samkha. G-H-A-K. Samkha. Samkha means the community of bhikkhus. The community of bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. And we call them Samkha. Buddha, Dhamma, Samkha. So we call them triple gem. Triple gem. 3 jewels. The most precious jewels. So if you say Buddham Saranam Gacchami, then you take refuge in the Buddha. So the Buddha is with you. You become very noble. No? Now again, T-A-N with the dot below is called Tan. No? Tan, Tanhna, N-H-na, E-ba-a, N-H-E-ba-na, Tanhna. Tanha is, it has the same meaning as Lobha. No? Greed, desire, and craving. No? Tanha. And Mangala, M-A-N dot Manga, G-A, L-A-La, Mangala. Mangala is blessing. So in Myanmar, when we greet each other, we say Mingalaba. So, no, may you have blessing. May you have blessing. So you come Myanmar, you can greet Mingalaba. They will be very happy. Okay. Now you pay homage. No, just now we have recited. Now you can read Namo Tas, no T-A-S Tas, no Tas Sa Pa B-H-A Pa G-A Ga V-A-Wa T-A-To Bhagavato A-Ra R-A-Ra H-A-Ha A-Ra-Ha-To Sam S-A-M Sam M-A Ba is Ma Samma Sam Buddhasa. So the Buddhasa is the same as Buddha. No? So Buddhasa. So we say we take refuge. Namo Tassa. Namo means I pay respect. No? Tassa Bhagavato. That Buddha, no? Who is called Bhagavato. Bhagavato is one attribute of the Buddha. No? The Buddha is, he is the most powerful person. The most powerful person. He is endowed with all the supernormal powers. And that's why we call Buddha Bhagavato. No? And then we also call the Buddha Arahato. Arahato, no? Means the Buddha is the noblest person. No? So nobody is as noble as the Buddha. Buddha is the noblest person. And then Samma Sambuddhasa. No, Buddha means he knows the Four Noble Truths and he gets enlightened as the Buddha. He can also teach others to attain, to know the Four Noble Truths and become noble persons. So when you know the meaning, when you pay respect, you get more merit. No, you get more merit. Namo Tassa, I pay respect to that Buddha who is called Bhagavato, Arahato, and Samma Sambuddhasa. No, he is fully enlightened by himself. Samma Sambuddha. He is fully enlightened by himself and he is the wisest person. No? That means he attains omniscient wisdom. Who knows everything? Who knows everything? No, just now you are learning about the mind. Nobody knows about the mind. Now the Buddha knows in detail. No, in detail. So he is called Samma Sambuddhasa. So only a person who obtains this omniscient wisdom is called the Buddha. No, so the Buddha is the highest, the highest person, the noblest. and the most powerful person, and the most learned person. No, now we know, no, those attributes of the Buddha, so we can pay respect to the Buddha. No? Though the Buddha passed away to Nibbana, no, so now we make, no, the statues of the Buddha. Now if you pay respect to the statue of the Buddha, no, reflecting the, no, the attribute of the Buddha, you get the same merit as you pay homage to the living Buddha. Then we take 3-4 refuge. So we say Buddham, so you have to close your lip. No, Buddham, Bud, B-U-D, Bud, D-H-A-M, Tham. Buddham Saranam, no, S-E Sa-Ra-Nam, Gacchami, K-A-C is God, no, Gacchami. Buddham Saranam, Gacchami. I take refuge in the Buddha. No, I take refuge in the Buddha. No, that means, no, I, no, take the Buddha, no, as a venerable object. No, so I have faith. I take refuge and I have faith in the Buddha. So when you know how to read the Pali, no, you can say clearly, no, exactly the pronunciation would be exact. So now we call D-H-A-M, Dham, M-A-M, Mam, Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. I take refuge in the Dhamma. No, the Dhamma is the teaching of the Buddha. So this Dhamma is again the noblest, no, the noblest object of veneration. No? So by, no, living according to the Dhamma, you are living the best way. No? Most, no, the beneficial, and then you become prosperous and you are well protected. No? Protected from all dangers. So, no, the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, they are the noblest, no, object of veneration. By taking refuge in these three jewels, we are well protected. You need not be afraid of any ghost. No, the ghosts, the giants, the evil, even the mad dog, no, the wild dog will not attack you. No, if you are really, no, protected. Now the next line, Samkham Saranam Gacchami. Please read. Samkham Saranam Gacchami. I take refuge in the Sangha. Again, the Sangha is the noblest object of veneration. When we say Sangha, no, it includes all bhikkhus and bhikkhunis and all noble persons who are enlightened, no, as arahats and other noble persons, and with the Buddha as the head of this Sangha. So Sangha, no, includes all these bhikkhu, bhikkhunis, noble persons, and the Buddha. So very venerable. So when you go home, instead of not resting and watching the movie or playing the iPhone, iPad, no, playing it, you just recite Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Just you can cite anyone you like, no, again and again. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. You just recite, no, visualizing the Buddha. Then you get billions of good karma. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, billions of good karma. Sangham Saranam Gacchami, billions of good karma. So you will be the richest person. Many billions and billions of good karma. So these good karmas, no, they are more valuable than American dollars. When you get 1 billion good karma, it's much, much valuable than 1 billion American dollars. So you can get it every second. No? So we are very fortunate. Now you know how to read Pali. That's all. So now we go back to the Citta chart. Please show the Citta chart. This chart is not given to you also. And in English, we attach that chart at the back of the book. No, at the back of the book, we attach this chart. This is the chart that describes all 121 kinds of consciousness. Yesterday I told you that the chitta, the consciousness are divided into 4 classes. Kama Vajra Chitta, consciousness that arises mostly in the sense sphere. And then we have Rupa Vajra Chitta, so consciousness that arises in the 5 material sphere. Arupa Vajra Chitta, consciousness that arises in the immaterial sphere. And then Lokuttara Chitta, Lokuttara Chitta here. So they are the consciousness that can see and enjoy Nibbana. Yesterday we began with the Kama Vajra Chitta, sense sphere consciousness. So these, there are 54 sense sphere consciousness divided into 3 groups. That is Akusala Chitta, immoral consciousness, 12 of them, consisting of 8 Lobha Mula, greed-rooted consciousness, 2 Dosa Mula, anger-rooted consciousness, 2 Moha Mula, the 2 ignorance-rooted consciousness. We finished this 12 yesterday. Today we shall continue with the second group. So we call 18 Ahetuka Chitta. Hetu means the root, the same as the Mula. The Mula and the Hetu, they have the same name, the same meaning. We divide them into 3 groups also. The first group is Akusala Vipaka. Vipaka means resultant, the result of the past Akusala Chitta. And Ahetuka, that means rootless. Kusala Vipaka, moral resultant consciousness, the result of the past moral consciousness. And we have Ahetuka Kriya. Kriya means functional, rootless functional consciousness, 3 of them. So the second topic, rootless consciousness. Rootless consciousness means Ahetuka Chitta. So we say Hetu and Mula, they have the same meaning as the cause, the root, the root, cause or the root. So Akusala Hetu means immoral roots. Immoral roots are Lobha, Dosa, Moha, greed, anger and ignorance. Kusala Hetu, moral roots, they are the opposite of these, are Lobha, greedlessness, are Dosa, angerlessness or hatelessness, Moha is wisdom. So there are 6 roots. So these 18, the rootless consciousness, do not possess, do not have any of these 6 roots. They don't have any of these 6 roots. So these 18 we describe into 3 groups. The first group is Akusala Vipaka Chitta. So Akusala is immoral, Vipaka is resultant, Chitta is consciousness. Immoral resultant consciousness that arise as the inevitable results of past immoral karma. So we have lived many existences already. So in our past existences, we perform meritorious deeds and we also perform evil actions. So when you perform evil action, you get immoral karma. Remember, if you perform evil action, you have immoral karma in your mental stream, in your mind. So these karma, they follow us, life after life. Now we have this karma in us, immoral karma. So the result of this immoral karma. So the result of that immoral karma we call the immoral resultant consciousness. In the second group, instead of the akusala, we put in kusala. Kusala vipaka chitta. So they will mean moral resultant consciousness. Says as they don't have any root, we put in ahituka, rootless. So there are 8, the moral, rootless, resultant consciousness. Ahetuka, now you can read as you have already learned. A is A, He is He, Tu, Ka, Ahetuka, Kiriya, Cheta. Kiriya means functional. So they are rootless functional consciousness. So now we shall study this group first. The 7 immoral resultant consciousness.
那接着呢，我们就要详细来解释这一个无因的不善果报心。
Page 38, please. 39. Page 39. So you can look at your page 39. We give you the symbols of those 7 consciousness. So, among the 7, this is 4, 2, 6 of them are given the negative sign. So they mean upikha sagadam, just like yesterday. Upikha sagadam, accompanied by neutral feeling. This one is called dukkha. Dukkha sagadam. Dukkha means painful bodily feeling. Yesterday we say domanassa in the anger rooted consciousness. Domanassa is painful mental feeling. This is painful bodily feeling. Now you can also read this Pali. So we say ek act, cak, chak, chakku. Chakku means the eye. Sota, the ear. Khana, the nose. J is ja. J-I, jiva. Jiva means the tongue. And this kaya, the body. And this is, you have to say, sampatechana. So sampatechana is this one. Sampatechana. This should be PA. I missed one A here. It should be A here. Sampate. T-I-C is take. C-H-A, cha. N-A, na. Sampatechana. Chittam. Chittam and Chitta, they mean the same consciousness. And this Santi means Santi Rana. San, S-A-N, Santi, I bar, T. R-A-Ra, and dot is also Na. So Santi Rana Chittam. So now you can read. For this we say Upikha Sahagatam Chakku Vainyanam. V-I-N, Vain, Nya, and this N bar is Nya, and you combine with A bar, Nya, Nya, Vain, Nya, Nam, N-A-M dot Nam. Vainyanam also mean consciousness, the same as Chaita, Vainyana, they mean consciousness. So Chakku Vainyana means eye consciousness. Upikha Sagatam, accompanied by neutral feeling. So now you can read the second one. Upikha Sahagatam, Sota Vainyanam. Sota Vainyanam, ear consciousness, accompanied by neutral feeling. Ghana, so that one. Upikha Sagatam, Ghana Vainyanam. Nose consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling. So this is jiva, remember jiva. So we call it upikha sahagatam, jiva vainyanam, nose consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling. Jiva is tongue consciousness. This gana, we missed this one. Gana Vinyanam is number 3. Upikha Sagadam, Gana Vinyanam. Nose consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling. So this is number 4. Upekha Sagatam, Jiva Vinyanam, tongue consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling. So this is dukkha. No? This symbol is dukkha. So we call it dukkha sagatam kaya vinyanam, body consciousness accompanied by painful feeling. So this one upekha sagatam sampatichana, no, sampatichana citam, receiving consciousness. No, sampatichana means receiving consciousness, no, accompanied by neutral feeling. So the last one, upekha sagatam santirana citam. Santirana means investigating consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling. So the first five, no, these five consciousness are aware of the five senses. No, the five senses, visible object. No, so eye consciousness will see the visible object. Ear consciousness will hear the sound. Nose consciousness will know the smell. Taste consciousness, no, taste consciousness will know the taste. Body consciousness will know the painful feeling in the body. So these five, no, consciousness are collectively known, pancha vinyana. Pancha means five. No, five consciousness. No, so five consciousness which are aware of the five sense objects. No, pancha vinyana, five consciousness that are conscious of the five senses. Now this number six sampadichana, no, receiving consciousness. Santirana, investigating consciousness. They represent the two connecting stages in the process of cognition. Cognition means awareness of an object, a sense object. So to know each sense object, no? So for like the eye to see the sense object, we need these two. No? So the sampadichana, santirana, we need them. So they are mentioned here. Now a good question. No, I will ask you many questions. No? So you can ask me also question, no, at our resting time, 12 to 1. I will be here. Any one of you who like to ask question, any question you like, you come and ask me. No? And then in the class, if you want to ask question connected with my teaching here, you give the question to the sister. So I will try to answer why I teach. No? Why I teach. So try to ask questions which are meaningful, which are useful, useful to all the people. Now a question that's useful to all of you is, how do we see, no, a sense object? So in science we say, no, so when you look at the chart, so the reflected light, no, so the reflected light appears in your eye. So we call, no, your pupil, no, the black part of the eye. It's a pupil. It's clear material. Clear material. So the visible object appears there. Now, no, in science they say when the visible object appears, so they send, no, the nerve send the message to the brain, and the brain give the answer. Oh, this is Dr. Mon. This is so some and some. So that is what the science know. So in the, no, in Abhidhamma, the Abhidhamma, no, it describes when a visible object appears here, if you don't pay attention to it, you don't see it. Now as I see it, I look at you here, all of you appear in my eye. I don't see all of you. If I pay respect only to this bhikkhuni, I see only this bhikkhuni. No, that means whatever you take notice, only that, no, you know. So we hear, we see, at the same time you think. Now when I am talking, you think, oh, you see me and you hear me. No, you don't do that. No, according to Abhidhamma, you see and you hear. So not simultaneously. No, they are no separation in time, one at a time. So, now why I'm talking to you? If you're thinking about your house, your family, you don't hear anymore. You don't hear. That means if you don't pay attention, you don't hear. No? So you have to pay attention. And that's why we say, now when a visible object appears in the eye, a series of consciousness has to arise and dissolve in order to see that object. First, Pancha Dwara Vachana Chaita, we call 5 door, directing consciousness, has to take notice of the sense object. Has to take notice of the sense object. Now when it takes the sense object, then Chakku Vijnana is eye consciousness, sees the sense object. So only when we say the 5 door, 5 door is the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body. So the sense object will appear all the time. So this, the consciousness we call, the Pancha Dwara Vachana. It has to take notice of that sense object. Then if it takes notice of the sense object that appears in the eye consciousness arises just one. Now, when eye consciousness arises one, the eye consciousness sees the object, but we don't know yet. Because it's very first. Remember, even in one snap of the hand, 1,000 billion chaita arise and dissolve. One consciousness will be very short. You divide this 1,000 billion, just one part. Finish. So then you don't know yet. So when eye consciousness dissolve, after the rise it dissolve, it sends this image that it sees to the next consciousness. And that next consciousness is called the Sampatechana Chaita. So we say Sampatechana Chaita, receiving consciousness, receives that sense impression, that sense object. And again, it just receive it so that it is not lost. It keeps for a moment. Then it also dissolves again. So before it dissolves again, it transmit that message to the next consciousness. The next consciousness, Santirana Chaita. Santirana, Sampatechana, receive the sense object, and Santirana investigate the sense object. So it transmits to Santirana Chaita. Santirana Chaita, examine whether this object, what kind of object is this one. Then it dissolves again. And then again it transmits it's what it knows to the next. We call it investigates the sense object. Then Manodwara Vachana, mind door advertence or mind door directing consciousness, determines whether the sense object is good or bad. Only then we are aware of the object. We know that object. Only after that. So in the same way, when a voice or a sound strikes the ear, then we begin the same thing. We say when an audible voice strikes the eardrum, so Pancha Dwara Vachana will take notice of it. And then Sota Vijnana, ear consciousness, will hear it, just one. And then Sampatechana receives that sound to transmit. So the Sota, ear consciousness, rise and dissolve. It transmits that sound. Sampatechana receives it, receiving consciousness. And then Santirana investigate it. And then Manodwara Vachana determine whether it is good or bad. Then we know that sound. So Sampatechana, receiving consciousness, Santirana, investigating consciousness, are necessary to know these 5 sense objects. Now we can go to the next page, page 40. So we call rootless, moral resultant consciousness. So instead of immoral resultant consciousness, now we have moral resultant consciousness. So they are the same as we have seen before. So Chakku, eye consciousness, Sota, ear consciousness, Ghana, nose consciousness, Jiva, tongue consciousness, Kaya, body consciousness. But we change the symbol here. No? So, before we say it is dukkha, painful feeling. And this we, no? Number 5, we call sukha. Sukha is pleasant bodily feeling. No? Pleasant, and before we get painful bodily feeling, now it is pleasant bodily feeling. So remember, moral is the wholesome. Wholesome, moral is good. So the result should also be good. No? So the result, and so it is the sukha sagatam kaya vinyanam. And then we have the same thing, sampatechana, receiving consciousness, santirana, investing consciousness, and we have one more santirana consciousness, we call somanasa sagatam santirana chaitam. The same thing. No? The santirana is investigating consciousness. Now when the sense object is only fairly good, then why we investigate? Upekha santirana chaita arises at that time. When the sense object is very good, even while you're investigating, you get joy. No, you get pleasant feeling. So we say, so at that time, you investigate with somanasa santirana chaita. Let's read one time. No, we'll try to read these 8 consciousness. The names are here. So the first one, Upekha Sahagatam. Please read together. Upekha Sahagatam Chakku Vainyanam. The next one, Upekha Sahagatam Sota Vainyanam. The third one, Upekha Sahagatam Gana Vainyanam. The fourth one, Upekha Sahagatam Jiva Vainyanam. The fifth one, Sukha Sahagatam Kaya Vainyanam. Upekha Sahagatam Sampatichana Chaitam. Upekha Sahagatam Santirana Chaitam. And this is Somanasa Sahagatam Santirana Chaitam. So now, no, you should know, and you show the chart, the upper part of the chart. So now we are explaining this, this and this. So this is not as good as my chart here. So this is better, I think, now. Not the 7 immoral resultant consciousness and the 8 moral resultant consciousness. So they are the same. So we have 2 eye consciousness, 2 nose consciousness, 2 tongue consciousness, 2 the body consciousness, and 2 sampatechana, receiving consciousness, and 3 santirana, 1 here, 2 here, 3 santirana chaita. So, 5 of them we call pancha dwara vachana, pancha vinyana, 5 consciousness. And also we have pancha vinyana here, this 5. So this 5 and this 5, you combine, you get 10. So we call 10 dvi pancha vinyana. 10 dvi pancha vinyana. So dvi means pay. DVI, dvi is pay. It's actually, I gave you on page 41. You see later. See later. Just see this first. Now, why do we have 2 eye consciousness? The question. You have 2 eyes, but also we have 2 eye consciousness. Why do we have 2 eye consciousness? So these are the questions you should ask. You should ask like that. So now, one consciousness is immoral resultant consciousness. So immoral resultant is the result of the past immoral karma. Immoral karma means unwholesome karma. So unwholesome karma gives rise to the bad result. the wholesome karma will give rise to good result. So, because of your past bad karma, you have to come across unpleasant sense objects. Unpleasant sense object, unpleasant visible object, just like the cow dung, like the human, the secretion and the dirty and the bad smell, and then also the bad sound. The bad sound would be the noise, and also some people blaming you. When they are blaming you, oh, you don't like to hear it. So that is due to your past, the bad karma. Your best karma, you have to see these bad things. You have to hear that bad things. You have to smell that bad thing. During that time, these immoral resultant consciousness will arise at that time. Now, when you come across pleasant sense object, oh, beautiful actors and actresses, and also the music, the pleasant sound, and the perfume. So at that time, you know those sense objects by these kusala vipaka cheta. So they are the result of your good karma to come across this good, the sense object. So at that time, you see with, we say kusala vipaka eye consciousness, kusala vipaka ear consciousness. That's why we have 2 eye consciousness, 2 ear consciousness, 2 nose consciousness, etc. So you're very lucky. As you know both English and Chinese, so you hear 2 times. Some of you are nodding your head, that shows you know quite well. So when you understand, you get joy, happy. So if you don't understand, no joy, no interest. Now we'll ask you questions now. You have to answer. Now when you see a rotten corpse of a dog, what consciousness arises at that time? You are seeing a rotten, smelling very bad, rotten corpse of a dog, a dead dog, rotten dog. So what cheta arises? So who answer? So it would be eye consciousness. When you are seeing, eye consciousness will arise. Now the sense object is bad. So it would be akusala vipaka. So you have to give the full name in examination so that you will get the full marks. You give only half, you will get only half the mark. So you have to give this cheta. So what would you call this? Akusala vipaka upikha sagatam chakku vinyanam will arise. So you get 4 marks. You understand? So when you can answer, you get more joy. So very enjoying when you know that. Now the second question. Why you are looking at beautiful actor or handsome actress or handsome actor, beautiful actress? What is the cheta? So remember, when the sense object is good, it would be the result of the good karma. So it would be instead of akusala this time, you have to say kusala. Kusala. So this consciousness this time. So how do you call this? So you have to call it ahetuka kusala vipaka upikha sakatam chakku vinyanam. Then you get 4 marks. Now another question again. Oh, not finished yet. No? So this one, you have to say the whole word. Ahetuka kusala vipaka upikha sakatam chakku vinyanam. Now another question again. When you are hearing the pleasant song, or you are hearing pleasant speech of your sweetheart, so what would be the consciousness arising at that time? So again, it is the good, the good object, the sweet, the pleasant song, or the sweet words of your sweetheart. So they are pleasant, you like it. So it would be good karma, the result of good karma. So again, it would be the second one. No, so it is ahetuka kusala vipaka upekha sagadam sota vinyanam. No, will arise. Now again, another question. Oh, many questions. Now when you are hearing unpleasant voices or someone blaming you, so what citta arises at that time? Akusala vipaka upekha sagatam sota vinyanam. Why you are smelling the Goya perfume? Why you are smelling Goya perfume? What citta will arise? Goya perfume is very sweet smelling. Upekha kusala, no, here ahetuka kusala vipaka upekha sagatam kai ghana vinyanam. Now when you enter the toilet, you get the best smell. What citta arises? Kusala vipaka upekha sagatam ghana vinyanam. When your hand get burnt, no, hot water or the fire, so you get painful feeling now. So what citta arises at that time? So it would be akusala vipaka dukkha sagatam kaya vinyanam. Now why you are chewing McDonald's fried chicken? So what would be the citta? So your chewing means you are tasting. So it would be ahetuka kusala vipaka upekha sagatam jiva vinyanam. So now you understand now, you can get it. So we please go to page 41. So all the akusala vipaka citta and also kusala vipaka citta, they are comparatively weak as they are not aware of the sense object yet, so they are accompanied by neutral feeling. Now we say ear consciousness, they are accompanied by neutral feeling. Because why they see or why they hear, they don't know the sound yet. They don't know yet. Only after they are determined at manodwara vajana, determined it to be good or bad, only then we know the sound. We know the object. So as they don't know very well, so at that time they don't appreciate the sense object yet. So they are all accompanied by neutral feeling. And all these citta are weak because they have no roots. It's like you say rootless. Ahetuka means rootless, so they are weak. Like the lopa mula citta, they will have 3 roots. They have 2 roots actually. And kusala citta will have 3 roots, so they are very firm, very strong. Sister, can you show the one above here? I'd like you to take notice of this. Dvi pancha vinyana. Dvi means pair. Pair. Pancha vinyana is 5 consciousness. So Dvi pancha vinyana means 5 pairs of this pancha vinyana. So that refer to the 5 pancha vinyana, which is akusala, and also the kusala pancha vinyana. So 10 of them are known as Dvi pancha vinyana. Now we can go to this group, rootless functional consciousness. So only 3 of them. So the first 2 we call it, we give you the negative sign. So both of them are upekha sagatam pancha dwara vachana citam. So pancha means 5, you already know. Dwara, D-V-A-ba is dwa. Remember, D-V is dwa. When you combine with A-ba, dwa. R-A-ra. R-A-ra, so ra is a combination of ra and a. And it becomes a-vachana. So dwara means door. Pancha dwara means 5 door. A-vachana means directing. And then Chaitam is consciousness. So Pancha Dwara Vachana means 5 door directing consciousness accompanied by neutral feeling. And the second one, Upikha Sagadam, Mano, M-E-Ma, N-U-No, Mano, Dwa. D-V-A-Ba is Dwa. And again, Mano Dwara. So when you combine with Avachana, Avachana, it becomes Mano Dwara Vachana Chaitam. So Mano Dwara means mind door. Mano also means mind. Mano Dwara, mind door. Avachana, the writing. Chaitam is consciousness. Also accompanied by neutral feeling. Now we have 6 sense doors. The eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, and the mind door. All together 6 sense doors. When sense object appears in one of the 5 doors, it will be Pancha Dwara Vachana. To take notice of that sense object. Pancha Dwara Vachana is moving around this, is taking notice one after one. Now, what is the object that appears in the eye? What is the object that appears in the ear? What is that appears in the nose? So it can take only one object at a time. So we can know only one object at a time. While we see, we don't hear. When we hear, we don't see. But very fast. This mind process is very fast, faster than our computer. So we think we see and hear at the same time. But we don't see and hear at the same time, remember? And because Pancha Dwara Vachana take notice of one at a time, so we know one object at a time. So if so many objects appear on the same door, if you know all together, what will happen? They will mix up. When they mix all these, like the visible object, ear, or the sound, the smell, so all if you know together, they will mix up. You don't know. Just like in your the television and radio, you have antenna. So in the antenna, all the sound waves, the TV waves, they strike together. But you have the selecting, wavelength selector. You select one, you select one, you select one. The same thing in Pancha Dwara Vachana, select one. Okay. Now Mano Dwara Vachana Chaita. We also call it mind door directing consciousness. So it takes notice of the sense object that appears in the mind door. So the mind door is very, very powerful. All 6 types of objects can appear here. Usually we know only 5 sense objects. In the Abhimadhamma, we also have the mind object. There are 6 objects. So this mind object is very delicate, very subtle. They cannot appear in this 5 door, but they can appear here. Like the past sense objects. The past sense object you cannot see, you cannot hear anymore. They appear in the mind door. They appear in the mind door. So after you watch the movie, then while you go to sleep, you watch again in the morning. So that means you are recalling what you have seen from the mind eye, from the mind door. So it appears in the mind door. The actors and actresses, they appear in the mind door. So you watch again. So that is mind door. So this Mano Dwara Vachana performs 2 functions. 2 functions. One function is taking notice of the object that appears in the mind door. And the second function is determining. Determining function. Determining whether the sense object is good or bad. These 2 consciousness, why they are directing the consciousness mean when they take notice of the sense object at the eye, it directs the following chaita to come to here. If it take notice in the ear, so it directs the subsequent, the later chaita to come to here. And that's what we call directing consciousness. So why they take notice, they don't know the sense object yet. So they have neutral feeling. The third consciousness we call Ha-si-tu-pada. Pada. Ha-si-tu-pada. Chaitam. So also this one is positive sign. So manasa sagatam. Ha-si-tu-pada chaitam. Smile producing consciousness accompanied by pleasant mental feeling. Plus is pleasant mental feeling. This consciousness is a smiling consciousness of Buddhas and Arahats, not in us. They arise only in Buddha and Arahats. So we finish. Please lower. Only the upper part. Now we finish 12 akusala chaita and the 18 ahituka chaita. Now we are going to this. To 24 kama sobhana. Sobhana means beautiful. So these beautiful consciousness that arise in the sense sphere. Kama stands for kama vachara, sense sphere. So these 24 are divided equally into 3 groups. 8. We call them Mahakusala. Mahakusala Chaita. And then Mahavipaka Chaita and Mahakriya Chaita. So we are going to study them. So Maha means great. Literally it means great. Maha means great. But here it means greater in number. So here Mahakusala Chaita we have 8 consciousness. And we have the higher consciousness later on. Like Rupa Vachara Kusala Chaita. So also Kusala Chaita, this is also Kusala Chaita. Moral consciousness in the sense sphere. This is moral consciousness in the 5 material sphere. They are more noble consciousness. But they are only 5. This Kusala is only 5. And we also have Arupa Vajara Kusala, immaterial, moral consciousness, only 4. And then Lokutra Kusala Chaita. Lokutra is supramundane. Kusala Chaita, only 4. So among these 4 Kusala Chaita, they are the greatest in number. So we use this word, Mahakusala. Now the Mahakusala Chaita moral consciousness in the sense sphere. And this, the moral consciousness, this Rupa Vachara, is moral consciousness in the 5 material sphere. So as we call this consciousness as Rupa Vachara Kusala Chaita, we can also call this Mahakusala Chaita as Kama Vachara, not this word, Kama Vachara Kusala Chaita. Remember? So in the same way, Mahavipaka can be called Kama Vachara. So this word, Kama Vachara, Vipaka Chaita, so this one. And Kama Vachara, Kriya Chaita. Instead of Maha, we can also put the word Kama Vachara. So we come to page 42 of our textbook. So these are the sense sphere, beautiful consciousness. We have just discussed this. Mahakusala Chaita are great moral consciousness. Mahavipaka, Vipaka means resultant, remember? Great resultant consciousness. And Mahakriya, Kriya you already see, functional, great functional consciousness. And I try to explain this a little bit here and at the bottom. So the Mahakusala Chaita arise when we perform meritorious deeds. When you do meritorious deed, Mahakusala Chaita will arise. Now we are listening to the Dhamma, so Mahakusala, we are listening with Mahakusala Chaita. So we say Mahakusala Chaita arise in ordinary Wallings and noble persons, with the exception of Arahats. So when Arahats perform meritorious deed, instead of Mahakusala, we have Mahakriya Chaita. No? So here, Mahakriya Chaita arise in our hearts. No? So, and Mahavipaka Chaita is the resultant of this Mahakusala Chaita. No? They are the resultant of Mahakusala Chaita. So when we perform meritorious deed, we say we get good karma. So that karma are called Mahakusala karma. So when this karma bear result, we get Mahavipaka Chaita. And these Mahavipaka Chaita, they function as our rebirth consciousness. So when we die, now because of the good karma you are doing now, you will be born in celestial realm. So when you are born there, your first consciousness is called rebirth consciousness, Patisanti Chaita. And then, this rebirth consciousness, the first consciousness we call it. And then this karma keep on producing its resultant consciousness one after another till we die. Till we die. So the subsequent Mahavipaka Chaitas are called Bhavinga Chaita. We call subconsciousness. Subconscious. Subconsciousness means when you are asleep, they are arising. They are also Mahavipaka Chaita, just to keep you alive. You do not die. And the final one, the final consciousness that arises in you is called Chuti Chaita, death consciousness. After this consciousness, you die. In this existence, so you die. So this Mahavipaka Chaita, they keeps us alive. They keeps us alive. And then this Bhavinga Chaita, we say, they function as the mind door. They function as the mind door. So the mind door is not material door. These 5 doors are material door. They are clear materiality that sub them. This is the mind door, is this consciousness. And this 5 is very powerful. Very powerful. Past sense objects can arise here. Future sense object can arise here, can appear here. Chaita, Chaitasika, consciousness mental factor can appear. We cannot see, but they appear in the mind door. And that's why, if you know how to look at your mind door, you can see that consciousness and mental factors. So you're knowing more and more about yourself. When you know, this Abhidhamma just in this book, you know everything. You don't need to ask any question. But we will have a break, and after the lunch, I will be there. You can ask questions.